Okay, anyone that's ever taken any form of ibuprofen, applied sunblock, or used Chapstick brand chapstick has benefited from the results of animal testing. So I think it'd be a very poor decision to ban it altogether. My opponent claimed that animal testing is cruel and inhumane. There are many organizations dedicated to the monitoring of the well-being of animals. One of the strictest organizations is called the Association for Assessment and Accreditation of Laboratory Animal Care International. According to their website, more than 950 organizations, institutions, and companies in 40 countries have earned a AAA LIC accreditation, demonstrating their commitment to responsible animal care and use and good science. So this just shows that there's a lot of regulations that companies have to follow in order to maintain their animals in a humane way. Also, despite what they said that all animals are covered under some form of regulation, just because they're not covered under the AWA doesn't mean they're not protected in some way. Animals not covered under the AWA are covered under other regulations. The Public Health Service Policy according to research, speaking of research, which is just an advocacy website, the Public Health Service Policy on Humane Care and Use of Animals and the USDA Animal Welfare Regulations provide the primary regulatory basis for the existence and function of the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee, which must be established at any institution that receives PHS funding for vertebrate animals and/or which conducts animal-based research involving vertebrate animals regulated by USDA AWRS. Also, torturing, there are federally mandated rules that must be followed that detail the way in which animals must be treated. It's not like they can just torture these animals. There are regulations they have to follow. There are certain procedures that they have to follow. According to Americans for Medical Progress, in 2015 they said regulatory laws and guidelines such as those listed in the U.S. Animal Welfare Act, which is the AWA, which excludes rats, birds, and mice, and the Public Health Service, which covers all vertebrates, mandate high-quality nutrition, housing, and veterinary care for research animals. Also, torturing animals in the first place is not conducive to the best research results. It is beneficial for the scientists to remain as humane as possible in order to repeat their findings. According to Speaking of Research, the regulations are set forth with the ultimate goal of ensuring replicable, generalizable research data. If you're in any STEM program, you know every experiment has to be able to be repeated. You can't, like, abusing an animal would affect the outcome. You have to maintain these animals' health. Also, animals are specifically bred for testing. This is their only purpose in life. They're not exactly, you can't release these animals. They're not for pets. They're not domesticated. They are only for testing. Approximately, according to Animal Research Saves Lives, posted on in May 2015, approximately 95% of all lab animals are specialty bred rats and mice. Non-human primates account for less than 1/4 of 1%. Dogs and cats combine less than 1/2 of 1%. But the balance includes rats, guinea pigs, woodchucks, pigs, sheep, armadillo, leeches, zebrafish, squid, horseshoe crabs, sea snails, and fruit flies. And these are all covered under some form of regulation. Their second claim was that animal testing is not scientifically accurate when later applied to humans. We only test in animals, we only test for systems that are extremely similar to our own. So animals do not need to be exactly like humans in order for us to attain accurate data. According to Americans for Medical Progress, researchers often work with animal models that have biological systems similar to that of human. For instance, swine and humans share similar cardiovascular and skin systems. By working with swine, we only research the skin and heart diseases. So heart medications. Their third claim was alternatives are more effective and accurate, but a 2011, according to Daniel Cressy, on animal research battle scars, a 2011 poll of nearly 1,000 biomedical scientists conducted by the science journal Nature found that more than 90% of scientists agreed that the use of animal research is essential. So yes, there are alternatives, but if the scientists are saying that this is still necessary, then we need to continue with this. Alternatives also require animal testing to be done in the first place. The only way we know how to use these tests is because animal research has allowed for us to have the information in order to do these tests. The lethal dose 50 test, which is the toxicity test that my opponent was talking about, according to In Testing, Alternatives to Animal Testing and Research, the lethal dose 50 test forces animals to ingest toxic and lethal substances. Dr. Bjorn Ekwall developed a replacement for the LD50 test that measured toxicity at a precision rate of 85% accuracy, which is still not 100%, which was compared to the one done in animals. But the only way he was able to create this test was through the testing of animals. In conclusion, animal testing is still very necessary, and it's not the evil that people would make it out to be. There are regulations that protect these animals, and also, if scientists agree that this is necessary, I think they have a little better understanding than we do. So in summation, animal testing is still very much necessary.